So I'm hoping to condense this into an 18-minute teaching, sort of an introduction into Qigong as a means of relaxation as well as energy enhancement, the flow of energy in your body being improved. So at the beginning, you want to find the posture that you can stand and feel comfortable. Feel like you could just stand here for an hour and you're going to be fine. Of course, that's going to be a hard thing to do initially, but masters in these techniques can stand easily for that amount of time. And so finding that position. So start out, just let go, try to let go of your hips. Feel how your lower spine, if you like sit down like you're sitting on a tall stool, and then just feel the lower spine kind of dangle down a little bit. And then from the top of the C7, so like in between, just above or just at the base of the neck, the C7 vertebra, feel from there a little lift upward. And then just sink down again and fold into this inguinal fold of your hips. Fold in and then push up and lift from C7. Sink down, let the spine dangle, let everything relax and release, and then lift up from C7. Sink down, fold into the inguinal fold. This is called a qua squat. The Chinese term is a qua, is that area of your hips where you're folding in. So just move up and down like that. And now let's just do it in a bouncy way. So sink in, like keep the knees stable and just open and close at the qua and bounce. Let the arms relax. And then just let's let the arms swing. So lift up and sink down. So then try to find that center line, which we've described. So the base of the spine to C7 has a line. And then think like you're gonna sink in to the floor, like drop into your heels. As for the upward motion, push from the bubbling well point, the spot that's right in the center of the front, right to the center of the foot, even with the ball of the foot. Push down and then release into the floor. Push from there and release into the floor. Lift from C7, sink into the qua. And then relax your arms, relax your eyes, and sink. Now let's just stand and bounce. So relax again, let the shoulders release. Pull the shoulder blades away from the spine, still maintaining that lift from C7, but pull the shoulder blades away from the spine, and then let them go back to neutral. So we're wrapping and sinking down. Wrap and release. Wrap, release. Wrap, release. Wrap, release. Now let's just bring the palms and push into the floor. Open, lift. Push into the floor. Relax into the floor, into the heels. Feel the weight in the heels. Press, let the weight go forward, and then push down into the floor with the balls of the foot. So we're creating this oval shape. We're going to sink into the heels, move into the balls, and then rise up. Sink into the heels. And then think about when you're pressing down, that energy is pushing up through the body in the earth. You're sinking into the earth and you're pulling up from the earth. Relax the hands. And we're going to try to add in this opening and releasing. So open, release. Rotate the hands slightly out, rotate the hands slightly in. Open, release. Now just bring it in and let's just put your hands down on your what's called the lower dantian. So think you have three centers. Your lower dantian is just below the navel, they say 3 finger widths below, center of the body. think like the perineum point to that lower dantian is the center of a sphere in the center of your abdomen. The heart is the middle dantian. Think like this same, like a baton is going up from the perineum, middle dantian, heart is the middle dantian. So perineum, lower dantian, middle dantian, and then the mind right through the center of the head to the bahui point, the very top of the skull, that little indentation that's still soft when you're born, and feel a lift from right there. And then try to get that line and center your body around it. Then touch your tongue to the roof of the mouth, right lightly behind the teeth. It's like an electrical circuit. It closes the switch. It like connects that upper. So then we're gonna have like this. Think like what we were doing before. Like rotate the arms out. So the palms are coming up, and it's energy rising up the back of the body, up the spine, all the way to the crown. And then as you come down, sinking, trying to find that center point, and then push and relax into the feet. So before I was saying the heels, the heels is a little emphasis, but really you just want to settle fully into the complete foot. So you're just like sunk into the ground. And then as you come up, that just gentle shift forward, pressing like you're pressing an accelerator in a car, like you're gonna press or smushing something out on the ground, putting a fire out with the ball of your foot. Push down to get the energy to rise, all the way to the crown of the head, down to the point where the tongue's touching, and then just washing down the front of the body, down the outside of the legs. Pull up through the inside of the legs, perineum area, into the lower, middle, upper dantian. So we're just going to think about it as energy rising in the central channel to begin. So sinking in and pulling energy up. So relaxing the arms. Try to get the arms to take, especially in the shoulder area, shoulder blades, all this whole zone up here, the upper chest, the upper back. Try to let that relax and let it just soften. So that when you're rising, you're not having this like tension. Your shoulders aren't rising, they're just staying soft. And we're trying to there's an energy called pung. In Tai Chi, it's one of the terms that's used to describe what's powering a lot of the movement. There's 4 energies. Pung is the one that's like, it's described as you're holding a beach ball underwater and it just wants to rise to the surface. It's like it wants to rise without force. It just wants to go up. Try to get that sense of letting your arms just float up. And then on is this sinking energy. So you're having this sense of like really just relaxing, but also just letting everything drop down through your body, like everything release and sink into the earth. So pung in the rising and on. And then you could add this quality of pressing down with the palms as a way to lengthen and open the body up. So with this pressing down, you're finding that alignment quality, that straightening, lengthening of the spine, connecting, rooting down into the earth, but at the same time as it's sinking, you're having this gentle rising, this opening up of the spine, the tucking under the tailbone as you sink, a gentle, ever so gentle tuck of the chin. So you're lifting from C7, but this tuck of the chin allows the cervical vertebrae, the very top vertebrae, to open up just a little bit, so that it gives a sense of the head floating above. So we're trying to get more space between every vertebrae in the body, from the tailbone all the way to the crown. A slight lengthening, and then this relaxing, this sinking down, pressing into the earth. So there's 2 other energies The G energy is expansion. It's like lengthening. It's this outward quality. So it's like out. And then the An is inward, like absorbing, pulling inward. So opening outward, pulling inward, gathering to your lower dantian, sinking down, open up and let it all rise to the fingertips, all the way to the crown of the head. Relax and sink. Relax and sink into the earth, maintaining that central line. So it's almost like you're sliding up and down this column or staff or baton, this like a rod from the crown of the head to the perineum. You're going up it and you're going down, letting the tailbone roll under. As you go up, wrap the shoulder blades, like pull the shoulder blades away from the spine, and then just let them go back to neutral. Now we're gonna convert this into the circling hands movement described by Bruce Francis. It's essential to the movements throughout Tai Chi is the movements that are described through this movement. So what you want to do, start out and just relax again for a moment. Stand, think about what I've said in terms of letting go. Let the hands go, wiggle your fingers a little, the wrists, the elbows. Close your eyes for just a second. Think about where that you're holding tension. And try to just let go a little bit. So start in the crown, eyes, the jawbone, the neck. All these could be done slowly, working your way down through the body as meditation to let things release. But for now, just think about letting your weight sink down through the body while still keeping that lift from C7, and just relax and sink into the earth. And then I described before Kwa as the center of the inguinal fold down here. There's another point, like pull your shoulder blade away and feel that little hole right there that's formed. If you wrap it around, it's under the shoulder blade, there's this little indentation. That's called the shoulder's nest. So the side channels go from the Kwa to the shoulder's nest. Both those points act like a chi pump in a sense, like opening and closing the Kwa, opening and closing the shoulder's nest, help to get energy moving through your body. So these movements, you want to have this awareness of getting that shoulder's nest to form. And if you're lifting your shoulder up, you close that. You have to let it just be soft and released, wrap around. So when you're reaching forward, rather than like stretching or feeling it up here, you're just wrapping around. There's this roundness. You're caving the chest back and you're allowing that shoulder's nest to form. So in the circling hands movements, we'll start out and just stand. And we'll do it by opening the movement of commencement in Tai Chi, or opening. You want to first sink into the Kwa. Everything is relaxing down and the arms are just floating up with that Pung energy. And then the next part is the G is expanding. So you're lengthening the fingers, lengthening the wrists, everything lifting from the crown, sinking into the floor still. And then the An, turn the palms toward each other and just pull into your heart. Think about energy coming down from the palms, down the inside of the arms, to the shoulder's nest, down the side channels and gathering in. And then this final An is like sinking, and this is Lu is the inward, and then An is the sinking. So I misinformed it. So Pung, G, Lu. Lu is absorbing. Lu is unique to Tai Chi in that it's this active connection of bringing inward. And then the An is this sinking to rise quality. So Pung, up, G, out, Lu, here, just let the hands soften, let everything, feel this energy pulling in with a gentle quality into your heart, down into your lower dantian. So pum, G, just lengthen out. So you're wrapping the shoulders, you're forming the shoulders nest, you're lengthening everything outward, and then the palms are connecting. To something I haven't mentioned, which is kind of synonymous in a way to the bubbling well point. It's called the Lao Gong point, the center of the palm. And so the center of the palm, you want to feel this connection between the palms, like you're holding a ball. When you pull apart, feel this, like it's like magnetic north to south. So you're like feeling this, they're wanting to pull together. As you push together, feeling this like, this north-north pull quality, south-south, where it's like a springiness outward, like there's a slight. And so you could cultivate this deeper connection between the palms and try to relax the body, try to relax the hands, and then just open them up, pull them in. And now we're going to combine a lot of these ideas. So reach out and think about your arms being level. Sink so you're evenly weighted on your foot, you're extended outward. Then go to the bottom and just feel like your arms, you're going to make a circle, so feel like there's a circle, and that's the very base of the circle. Then fold at the elbows and curve and come into the chest. So the hands are near the chest, facing inward. And then as you come up, try to find that point that's directly above where you were when it was at the bottom. And then again at the out. Lengthening, so absorb. So as you come in, sink into the quad. And then as you go up, lengthen, open out, all the way to the end. Absorb in. And then think about again, that linearity of the crown of the head to the perineum, the central channel. Try to get balance, so you're on both sides of that. The hands are approximately at the width of the shoulders nest and the quad point, so the side channels. You're going to come up, out, in, and then just make it a little bit smaller and add in this what I spoke of earlier, like pushing from the bubbling well to rise, sink all the way into the feet. Relax everything and let it just flow. Holding tension blocks the energy. Try to take the tension out. Think like you're wanting blood to flow to the fingertips. You want to puff everything up with fluid. Let it just release everything down into the earth. And come back. Connect into your heart. And go the other direction. There's two ways you could just hold on to the ball and just try to have that connection between the palms. And also, and alternately, you could still keep that connection, but just add in slight twisting outward for the outward, slight twisting in for the inward. Out, rotate, out, inward. Think about even the legs. You could like have this spiraling, twisting action of the legs to get the rise, and then spiraling inward to sink. Let's do one more. Pull into your heart and just feel this connection. Close your eyes, put your hand over hand, lagong over lagong, right on your heart. Then down on your lower dantian. And then explore your breath. Like let your breath fill the abdomen, fill the whole abdominal area, and just release, relax, soften with the exhale. And then for closing, Lao Gong over Lao Gong, come up the center line, lower dantian, middle dantian, all the way to the mind, upper dantian. Turn the palms and face down, and then just like relax into the earth. Relax and sink down. Again, seeking that spot where you can just stand comfortably, slightly tucked, like you're sitting on a stool, slightly tucked chin, and lifting from C7, letting that neck relax and just sort of your head floating above your shoulders. And then in final conclusion, just stand for a few minutes after this ends and breathe. Be aware of your breath. Be just sort of watching your breath without judgment. But try to making the breath long and full and continuous. No break with the inhale and exhale. And try to find a place where you can just stand comfortably and breathe softly, continuously, full, even breath.